So summer has arrived, it's here. It's time to get out these summery fragrances, whether that's solar, whether that's coconutty, whether that's sunscreeny, whether it's fresh, citrusy, fresh salty vanilla scents. All of these fragrances are perfect to wear for the summertime. These are my most anticipated to wear fragrances. These are the ones that when I look at my quite large collection are the ones I'm the most excited to wear this summer. And I just want to share those with you today. So welcome back to the channel, you guys. Thank you so much for being here with me today. Hello and welcome if you're new. My name is Charlotte. So today we are going to talk about the 15 fragrances that I'm the most excited to wear this summer, that I'm going to be keeping out on my tray and that I'm going to be reaching for on all occasions this summer, whether it's an everyday sort of situation, running errands, going to the park with my kid, whether it's a date night situation, whether I can only hope but a more glam situation. I have those fragrances out here that I'm excited to wear and I can't wait to share them with you. So let's start with a oldie but a goodie classic OG fragrance for me that I just love, that I get so excited to wear in the summertime, and that is Olympéa by Paco Rabanne. This is an amazing salty vanilla fragrance with a lot of white florals. This is a very strong, long-lasting, wide-projecting, summery fragrance. I just love this fragrance. This is a fragrance that when I first smelled it from a sample, I absolutely became obsessed with it. I just had to have it. Once I had it, I really cherished it. And I went through a little phase where I kind of like took it for granted and put it on the back burner and thought, oh, maybe it's not all that. But you know what, you guys? It is all that. I love this fragrance and it's one of my favorite fragrances to wear. It makes me feel super feminine, super pretty, a little bit sexy. And I love that it projects and that it lasts all day. This is definitely a fragrance that while you could wear every day, and I do, it would definitely be very suitable for a date night sort of situation. Just a solid OG classic summer fragrance in my opinion. And I think if you are a vanilla lover, if you like a salty vanilla, and if you don't mind or even love some white florals, I think that you would really enjoy this fragrance as well. The next fragrance I have to share with you, I will preface this by saying that this was sent to me. I don't have many bottles sent to me. Actually, I only have only 2 bottles in my whole collection that have been sent to me. So anyway, this is one of those. And this is Coconut Cove by Skylar. That was not a complaint, by the way. It's just that there seems to be this assumption that everyone gets bottles sent to them. And I don't know, maybe other people get that, but this is one that I did receive though. And this is by Skylar, and I was very pleasantly surprised and happy to receive it because this is actually one that I was looking into buying and purchasing myself from Skylar. This is Coconut Cove, and while I received this in the winter, I knew that I was going to save it for the summertime, and that's when it was really going to shine, and that is when it shines in my opinion. This has some white florals in it, but I mainly get that fresh zesty bergamot and the coconut in here. The coconut in here is just really lovely and fresh though. It's not a dense, super creamy, super lactonic coconut. It is still creamy, it's still coconut, but it still feels very fresh and airy and light and musky. It definitely has that like ambroxan sort of base. Yeah, to me this is an amazing everyday grab and go, no fuss, everyday fragrance for some of the hottest days as well. I really have been enjoying this and I'm excited to wear this for the rest of the summer, especially on those super hot casual days. Coconut Cove by Skylar. Next up we have by Mancera. This is Jardin Exclusif, and this is a fragrance that is quite often compared to Xerjoff's Erba Pura or Kirke or any of those kinds of fragrances, and it definitely is very similar to those, but this one's a little bit different for me in the sense that I feel like I can wear this in slightly warmer temperatures. It's a little less oppressive and it's definitely a little bit more musky to me. So yeah, fruity, slightly powdery, musky, very fresh, definitely extremely long lasting, not for the hottest, most humid days, but definitely something that I can wear all summer long, especially when I want my fragrance to kind of project. It feels bubbly, it feels light, it feels fun. Yeah, this just feels less oppressive than like Xerjoff's Erba Pura, which to be honest is not very, even though it's sort of summery in a idealized sort of way in the summer, I don't know that I would actually wear it because I find it can be quite oppressive and strong. So while this is very strong, don't get me wrong there, this is very strong, it feels a little bit muskier, airier, and lighter to me, and I'm very excited to wear it specifically in the summertime. Next up, we have a beautiful, beautiful fragrance by the House of Nishane, and this is 100 Silent Ways. Now this is a beautiful peachy gardenia tuberose fragrance with some sandalwood and vanilla. This is right up my alley, you guys. As you probably already know, if you watch my channel, these are my kinds of notes. This is so beautiful, and while this is something I can and do wear all year round, I do find that it really shines and comes out as really creamy and projects really well and better in the heat. I think it really shines in the summertime. I think that in the winter, unfortunately, it sometimes falls flat for me. Not that I don't like it. I love this fragrance, but I don't smell it enough. The projection isn't there for me, but I find that in the heat, the summertime, starting in the spring, the skin, your warm skin with this white floral creamy lactonic fragrance, slightly gourmand, just really, really shines and comes together and really amplifies the notes and just make it magical. Just such a beautiful fragrance, super romantic, creamy, feminine. Definitely could wear it every day, but it definitely feels like a sort of date night sort of fragrance to me, special occasion, partly because of the price. This is a more spendy, expensive fragrance, but also just because it feels so elegant and feminine and pretty and put together. Nishane 100 Silent Ways, a love. And I'm so excited to continue wearing this in the summer when it really truly shines. Up next, another fragrance that I specifically like to take out just for summer. This is by Mugler, and this is Alien Eau Sublime or Sublime. This is a white floral citrus fragrance, an amber woody fragrance. This is just so effortless, beautiful. It has a lot of notes. All of these notes are notes that I love. It has tiare, it has jasmine. It is very solar, it's warm. It feels a little bit sunscreeny, but not too much. Definitely has more going on. It's definitely more of a perfume. This is an effortless fragrance for me. It is one of my most long-lasting summer fragrances as well. And this is one that feels that just is good for anything, whether you're going out for errands all day, whether you just want to feel pretty and put together. I would wear this for a date night as well. Honestly, I just think this is a solid OG like pillar fragrance for me for the summertime. This is Alien Eau Sublime. Next up, we have a fragrance by Kayali, and this is the beautiful, wonderful Utopia or Vanilla Coco 21. This is a beautiful, buttery, super creamy, sweet coconut white floral fragrance. It's very heavy on the white florals, so if you don't like those white florals, if you don't like that rich gardenia, which is what I love, this is not for you because it definitely is as much white floral as it is coconut. This is like luxurious. This feels like a luxury vacation tropical sort of scent. I'm just gonna wear it here in the city though and enjoy it in the summertime. This is just beautiful. This definitely evokes that sun-kissed, bronzed skin. This is one of the intense fragrances by Kayali, and I will say I think people have very mixed opinions about the longevity on this. I actually think the longevity is quite good with this. It's just that it becomes closer to the skin. So I find that I smell it on my skin actually for many, many hours, up to 8 hours, but that the projection definitely does die down after a couple of hours. So just note that if you want something that's a lot more wide projecting, but in a similar sort of fragrance, hang tight. I'm gonna show you a similar sort of fragrance that is a lot more nuclear soon, but I just love this fragrance and I'm looking forward to wearing it this summer. Utopia Vanilla Coco 21 by Kayali. The next fragrance I have to show you is another OG classic for me, and that is the Only One Intense. This is such an intoxicating fragrance to me. I just want more. This is the kind of fragrance that I will repeatedly come up to my shelf just to smell out of the atomizer like this. It's just so good. This has beautiful coconut in it, just the way I like it. I'm pretty picky with coconut, if you don't already know, but I love the coconut in here. It also has a good dose of green apple on the top that I definitely sense and I definitely smell. And green apple is actually like one of my favorite fruits. And little fun fact, green apples when I was pregnant was one of the only foods at the beginning of my pregnancy when I was really sick that I could stomach, that I loved, and I ate so many green apples. I just love this combination of the green apple with the coconut and the white florals and the vanilla, the cashmere woods. It's just beautiful. It's really, really beautiful. It's effortless. It's definitely one of the best date night scents I can think of, especially for the summertime. This is something though that I will probably reach for whenever I want to feel really pretty and feminine. This is what I'm gonna reach for, whether it's day or night though, to be honest. It doesn't have to be a date night. It can be worn all year round for sure, but I definitely think it's a great summer fragrance specifically, and that's what I'm specifically excited to wear it for. Next up, we have a new fragrance I haven't talked about yet on my channel. This is a recent acquisition, and this is by the beautiful house of Atelier des Arts. This is Nuda Veritas in this beautiful, of course, bottle here we gotta look at. It's just gorgeous, especially like with the white cap. I just think it's beautiful. But anyway, this was the fragrance I wanted to get as my like kind of bougie, effortless summer fragrance. So I love, you guys know I love Lune Filine by Atelier des Arts. Well, I was like, well, I really want, which to me is like one of the ultimate winter fragrances in my collection. I wanted to get a summer fragrance from them. So this is really like the opposite of Lune Filine. It's just very, very fresh. It's citrusy, it's musky. It has a very heavy dose of cologne, which kind of gives like a melon. Some people say watermelon. I feel more like honeydew melon, like a watery melon musky vibe to the fragrance. But I definitely get those white florals in there too, which definitely makes it a little bit more feminine for me. It's definitely unisex, but those white florals make it a little bit more pretty and less just fresh aquatic to me. It's a very light sort of fragrance. Like this is the kind of fragrance, in a good way, this is the kind of fragrance that I would absolutely wear on an oppressive, hot, humid day. I would spritz this all over, and I know that it's only gonna be refreshing and leave a very pleasant, light, zesty, uplifting sillage. It's not gonna be oppressive in the heat. It's not going to be cloying. It's not gonna bother anyone, definitely not. And yeah, I'm really excited to wear this on those hot, muggy days. Definitely for me, a daytime sort of fragrance, but I don't know, we'll see. Maybe I'll wear it on an evening out. Not that I go out on evenings. Please, can I have a night out? I would like to have a night out though, you guys. If I have a night out, it probably won't be this one that I reach for, you know? But you could, especially if you're like going out and doing something active. I especially feel like this is an amazing scent to do something active out in the heat. You know what I mean? I feel like you could sweat in this and it would smell great. So yeah, I'm excited to wear this. I'm excited to have more thoughts on it. I feel like the time that I wore it, I feel like I already have more dent in this than Lune Filine, because with Lune Filine, I only put a couple sprays. It's a very dense, strong fragrance. And this one is really the opposite of that. I feel like you could totally overspray, which, you know, can be a little bit concerning considering the price of this fragrance. But it's that kind of fragrance, you know. It's definitely light and it's a lot more natural. It's not like a Mancera fragrance. It smells very much more natural, even though it has synthetics in it. Of course, it doesn't smell like a nuclear sort of fragrance. So I could easily spray double the sprays of this over Lune Filine. So, you know, we'll see. It definitely feels like a luxury purchase to me. I'm excited to continue wearing it this summer. This is Nuda Veritas by Atelier des Arts. Next up, we have another luxury perfume purchase. This is one that I bought last year though, like at the tail end of summer. And this is definitely another luxurious holiday vacation sort of fragrance. This is Ylang in Gold by Micallef. This is the only fragrance I have by that house, and I'm very interested in smelling their other fragrances. I think everything about their brand and house is very charming and intriguing. This is a beautiful fragrance. It's a beautiful Ylang, very sweet tropical vanilla Ylang fragrance. This is so strong in the Ylang that it definitely smells a little bit banana-y and a little bit acetone-like, which I think can be off-putting for some people. That acetone scent dies down once you spray it. Like, it doesn't stay like that. It gets very warm and vanillic and sensual. And while it does have that banana Ylang vibe, I have like 2 other fragrances that have even more of a banana vibe. So this is not the most banana-y I have. If you're interested in banana fragrances, let me know. I don't have a ton. I only have a couple. It would be a short video, but you know, I like the banana scent. This has a little bit of that, but it's definitely more of like a subdued, creamy banana Ylang. In here, it's not just blatant banana. Like, when I smell this, I'm not thinking of banana right away. I definitely get more like Ylang floral vanilla, a lot of vanilla in here, sweet, tropical, dense, luxurious vacation sort of fragrance. And of course the bottle is beautiful, and I think it's meant to be worn on like beautiful sun-kissed bronze skin, like with all of this gold shimmer in there. Like, you spray it on your skin, you're gonna get gold shimmer on you, so maybe don't spray it on your clothes, you know what I mean? But this definitely feels like a special occasion fragrance. That's kind of what I'm gonna reserve it for. This is not something I'm gonna wear every day, though I might, just for the hell of it, to give myself like, you know, an uplifting treat once in a while. This is definitely more of a luxurious date night sort of fragrance, and I'm excited to wear it this summer. Next up, we have another fragrance that I'm super excited to wear casually every single day as a signature scent this summer, and you've heard me talk about this a lot lately. This is Valentino Born in Roma Yellow Dream, and this is just a beautiful, sunshiny, musky dream to me. It does have a prominent citrus lemon accord in the opening, which I think can be too much for some people, but I think it's very refreshing. I find it very beautiful in the musk. I've said it before, the musk in here is very creamy and kind of billowy and overtakes your olfactive senses. It really takes over the fragrance. It's quite a long-lasting fragrance too, for a light, zesty, fresh citrus summer fragrance. And I'm excited to wear this all summer long. This is definitely something that makes me feel put together, pretty, polished, and clean. And yeah, I love this fragrance, Valentino Born in Roma Yellow Dream. Next up, we have a new fragrance I haven't talked about on this channel before. And my beautiful friend Marima at Scented Lifestyle actually got this for me for Mother's Day. You guys, when she presented me with this gift and I opened it up, I legit, like, I started crying. I was just so overwhelmed and felt so spoiled, and obviously excited about the fragrance, but also so touched. And thank you, Marima, again, if you're watching. This is Jean-Paul Gaultier, La Belle, Fleur Terrible. This is the more fresh aquatic version of the original La Belle. This is extremely different from the La Belle and Le Parfum Intense. This is a beautiful powdery iris vanilla aquatic scent. I was not sure how that powdery iris would actually come off as being aquatic, but it really does. It feels like an aquatic, fresh, powdery iris fragrance, which is, for me in my collection, is quite unique. I don't have that. Like, it feels very unique to me. And I'm surprised because in a lot of the reviews I see on Fragrantica, people seem to think it smells generic, or I disagree. I think this is quite unique. My first instinct when I smelled this was that it smelled exactly like the inside of, let me see if I can remember. Okay, Trident gum, but like the blue, the light blue one. I'm gonna see if I can find it. And like the paper when you unwrap it, like that powdered sugar layer around the gum. It's like, it smelled like that. In a good way though, in a good way, okay? It's like this fresh, almost minty, it's not minty, I don't know how to say it. It's like fresh, aquatic iris vanilla, but it has this, I don't know, man, it has this like, I was gonna say gummy quality. It's not gummy, but it's like a zesty, fresh, I guess it's the aquatic lotus, right? But I find it quite unique, you guys. I'm gonna spray it here again to get myself reacquainted. The spray is so large on this too, I have to show you. Actually, I don't even know if that captured it, but yeah. And I will say, I don't know that those are all the notes, because there is something that feels a little fruity in here. And maybe there is some pear in here anyway, you know, not listed. But I just think this is beautiful. And I think it's beautiful for the summertime specifically, especially since the other La Belle and Le Parfum are definitely harder to pull off in the summertime. I think this is a beautiful summer version. I really do. It definitely smells blue, just like the juice in this bottle. Yeah, it's still sweet, it's aquatic, it's fresh, it's vanillic, and it's really that powdery iris that takes the show. But like I said, it's a unique iris to me. It definitely is a unique iris because it stays fresh and aquatic throughout the whole fragrance. And I just wasn't expecting that. I was wondering what that iris would be like in a fresh way. I just didn't get it. But now I get it. It really is a fresh iris. Super pretty. I definitely think there are more notes in there. For sure. I don't know if it's that lotus either, but like it definitely feels like there's something fruity at the top. So it's either that or there's another fruit that's not listed, but yeah. Very excited to wear this fragrance. I obviously have not had it for very long, but when I smell this, I definitely could tell this would be a really great fragrance to wear in the summertime as well. Again, not necessarily for the hottest, most oppressive, humid days, but on a regular summer day when I just want to smell pretty and feminine, but still feel like fresh and uplifted. This is a great fragrance for that. Both my son and my boyfriend loved this fragrance on me as well. It's definitely a winner in the house. So, you know, maybe date night as well. Very pretty. And for me personally, in my collection, this is a unique fragrance. So very happy to have that and to wear this summer. Next up, this is the fragrance that if you find that Utopia is not long lasting enough or doesn't project enough, try this out. It's not the exact same, but it's the same kind of vibes. And this is Holidays by Mancera. This is definitely a nuclear sort of fragrance. This is a marine, creamy, tropical, coconut, suntanny, a little bit fragrance. Also has a lot of vanilla, some white florals. This is so creamy and intoxicating and luxurious feeling. It feels like just as like intoxicating as like a body butter, like the Boom Boom Cream by Sol de Janeiro. You know what I mean? Like it's very rich and unctuous and exactly like the name implies, Holidays with a gold label. You know what I mean? Like luxurious holidays. This definitely lasts an extremely long time. Whenever I've worn this, I can still smell it on my skin the next day. So that's something, you know, that's worth noting, especially for a summer fragrance. That's not always the case for summer fragrances, but this is one of those. It's definitely rich, it's definitely dense, it's creamy, it's tropical, it's coconutty. I really like the marine aspect in this fragrance. I think it's like ocean notes or sea breeze or something, but it really does come across and it makes you feel like you're on the beach even if you're not on the beach. And yeah, I just love this fragrance and this is definitely the ideal time to wear it. That's Holidays by Mancera. And another fragrance this is actually a fragrance that I bought relatively recently that I've also been wearing like crazy. This is Juliette Has a Gun Vanilla Vibes, and I just think this is the most beautiful, effortless, salty vanilla fragrance. This to me is definitely the best, like all day, everyday, appropriate sort of salty vanilla fragrance. It's not dressed up, it's not trying too hard in any way. It feels like at the end of the day, your sunscreen has gone out, like the rich sunscreen smell has gone away and you've had some sweaty skin and you've had the sun on your skin all day. I hope that's not sounding bad. It's not bad though, it's so charming, I love it. And yeah, it's just like this salty vanilla, warm skin scent. And this is one that when I spray, I do tend to spray all over. So like I already have a dent in it, even though I have not had it for very long at all. So when I wear it, I do tend to like spray it all over a lot. And I just love the sillage it gives. It is close to the skin, but it feels very natural. Like you're not gonna think that the person is necessarily wearing a perfume, I don't think. It doesn't smell like a perfume. And while it is sometimes compared to, for example, Olympéa, while these are both salty vanillas, they're just very different vibes to me. This is a lot more potent, a lot stronger, projects a lot more, and definitely feels like a perfume, overt perfume smell. This feels a lot more casual. It feels a lot more discreet and maybe a little bit more unisex, even though it's still feminine. It doesn't feel like Olympéa is like trying hard. Maybe for some people it's trying too hard to be feminine. This is not trying hard, okay? This is very casual and effortless, and that's what I love about this one. So they're not interchangeable for me at all. I originally, before I got this one, I thought maybe they were gonna be very similar and that this would replace this, but they're actually totally different vibes in my opinion, even though they're both salty vanillas. So yeah, this is lately it's been my favorite like go-to easy reach when I'm gonna be out and about all day in the heat. I really like this on hot, warm skin. The next fragrance I'm really excited to wear this summer is one that has kind of passed under the radar for me and in my collection that I have not worn enough, to be honest, and have recently discovered it's getting discontinued, or it has been discontinued, which is such a shame because this is actually a really beautiful fragrance. And this is Nina Ricci Chant d'Extase. This is another marine salty vanilla sort of fragrance. It feels a little bit aromatic as well. It's definitely also a little bit gourmand. It has caramel in it, which I definitely get. It's a very beautiful fragrance. It is a little bit similar. Yeah, it's a little bit similar in scent to Olympéa, more so than like vanilla vibes to me, but still different from Olympéa, definitely. It's definitely more subdued than Olympéa. It does not project as much. It's not a long lasting fragrance like that one is, but it's definitely a very pleasant fragrance that I think is just perfect for the summertime. And I can't wait to get more wear out of this fragrance. This is one of those fragrances that I think is a little bit underrated. I'm not sure why, because it's a beautiful fragrance and I think it deserves a little bit more recognition than it has. It's a beautiful salty vanilla, more aromatic though, that I really enjoy with that caramel in there. It also has some raspberry and ginger in the opening that adds a nice zestiness to the fragrance. And yeah, I just think it's beautiful. It also develops very much in a creamy way on the skin. It feels very effortless. It still feels feminine, but it doesn't feel like it's trying too hard like Olympéa. I don't mind a fragrance that's trying too hard. That's fine, but comparatively, I think Olympéa is the one that's trying very hard. This is trying a little less hard. Vanilla Vibes is not even trying at all. It's just like effortless. This is beautiful, underrated, and I can't wait to get more wear out of it this summer. And then last but certainly not least, we have another fragrance that I've been sharing more about lately. This is by Marc Jacobs. This is Daisy Oh So Intense. And I just think this is such a sweet, pretty, fruity fragrance to wear in the summertime. It's super uplifting. It just makes me feel like, it gives me like giddy kid vibes, okay? It's not, I don't mean it's juvenile, although some people could think it is. It makes me feel very uplifted and joyful, and it still feels very pretty at the same time. I can't wait to wear this. I've already talked about this a lot on this channel, and you guys have heard, but what I really like about this is that it still manages to feel a little bit fresh and aquatic and watery, even though it has like the honey in there. It has the like dense benzoin and vanilla in there. It still feels fresh to me, which I don't think it shows any fresh cores on Fragrantica, but it does. It still smells fresh and aqueous or aquatic to me in that fruity strawberryness. There's other fruits as well, but I mainly get that strawberry in here. And yeah, I'm just excited to wear this on hot summer days in the daytime. Can't wait to get more wear out of this one. So there you have it, you guys. Those are the fragrances I'm the most excited to wear this summer. I hope you enjoyed that. I really wanted to keep it brief and to the point and just keep it to my honest, heartfelt thoughts about these fragrances and my feelings about them. A lot of these are fragrances you've already heard me talk about on this channel before and I've reviewed before. Please let me know down in the comments what your favorite fragrances for summer are. What are your OG classic fragrances that just keep coming back every summer? And what are some new ones that you've been enjoying this summer? I would love to know. Let's keep it going down in the comments below. Thank you so much for watching, and until we see each other again, take care of yourself. I'll see you very soon.